Mr. Hice.
Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for calling today's hearing on the impact of land-grant colleges and universities and what they've done all across our entire great country, including the one that's in the heart of my district, the University of Georgia. These land-grant universities have contributed in a major way to the productivity and competitiveness of the forestry and agricultural industries in the United States. And of course, as a result, we are and have experienced globally a competitive nature due in large part to these universities. And, you know, the research that they provide, the teaching, the extension missions, all of this is at the heart of these land-grant universities. And the various programs, obviously, that they provide create new knowledge, educate science and scientists, professional managers, and all of these who help produce our food and fiber while at the same time protecting our environment, informing citizens, and just a host of other things. In Athens at the University of Georgia, now for over 40 years, the Warnell School of Forestry and Natural Resources has been a top source of information, specifically on the growth and yield of southern pines, which of course is a major key raw material, and of course provides the competitiveness of our entire pulp and wood industries. And the information they provide through the Warnell School also has just provided so much information that's directed decisions of literally hundreds and even thousands of private landowners in that regard in the wood and pulp industry. And there's so many other programs. At UGA, we have scientists working in the field of wildlife and fisheries to work to ensure that our management of landscape for food and fiber minimize the risk to our water quality and wildlife habitat. Their work has formed actually the basis for habitat management for threatened and or endangered species, as well as game species such as white-tailed deer. So, I mean, to talk about the value is you could just go on and on. I know we also have seen through UGA the return of the American chestnut tree, which once was predominant throughout the woods in the east and the southeast, in some areas comprising some 20%. And of course, because of the chestnut, blight was eradicated in the 50s, and now UGA, right at the heart of that research with the U.S. Forest Service and American Chestnut Foundation, are seeing the return of the chestnut tree through cutting-edge genetics and tissue culture. So, Mr. Chairman, the programs at these land-grant universities are just incredible, and the way they partner and collaborate with federal as well as state industries and state agencies and private industries, non-government organizations is great. So, Dean Burgess, let me just start with you. You mentioned in your testimony, you touched on an ongoing program intended to protect and mitigate forest areas in Arizona from wildfires while at the same time protecting watersheds and so forth. And you mentioned specifically that the program has reduced the number and intensity of wildfires, saved lives, property, and watersheds, and returned forests to healthy, diverse, and economically productive ecosystems. Can you explain?
Firstly, we know that because those areas that we haven't been managing this way or had our partners managing this way are not doing those things. What we're seeing is the return of the normal historic fires that occur naturally in these forests that we know from our tree ring lab at the University of Arizona have occurred for eons. What we're seeing is a greater biodiversity when we do counts of animals that are present, counts of different kinds of plants that are present. We're seeing a return of native plants, grasses, the sorts of things that Dr. Perryman talked about, and we're seeing a much more robust land that deals with the effect of water. We're seeing much lower erosion. The dams in Arizona are not filling up with ash. which of course is a risk to our water supply in the cities. Again, as you said, I could go on and on. I think the point that was made by Chairman Bishop is a good one, and that is that if we were able to find a way to free up money so each state could manage its needs directly, that would enable us to expand these programs in partnership with the federal agencies that are mandated to deal with these lands.
Great. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I could not be more honored to represent the University of Georgia and all that they do in this regard. Go Dogs, and I yield back, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.